So, of course, there's a lot happening at Harvard and, debates around whether the president should resign and what really seems like it has been an allowance of anti-Semitism that wouldn't be, a level of hate that wouldn't be allowed in any other context. And it comes on the heels of this wokeification, really, of our higher education system, but Harvard's been guilty of that to a large extent. There is an email that's going around, and I'm just going to read it. It's from Harvard law professor Mark Ramsayer. He sent this email internally, but it was shared publicly by one of his colleagues with his permission. And this particular professor came to Harvard in 1998. So he's been there through quite a few seasons. And he's been there during all of this, like I said, kind of wokeification. And what he said is really poignant. And to me, it speaks to how we got to this place of ridiculousness on so many issues. Not just what's happening in higher education and education in general, but what's happening with these, anti-racist initiatives and DEI and the criminal justice system. I mean, his words are applicable to so many things. So I just want to read them. He wrote, "Harvard is a vastly less tolerant place than it was when I arrived in 1998. The intolerance is a function of an increasingly large fraction of our colleagues. And we, the rest of us on the Harvard faculty, let it happen. The canceling, the punishments, the DEI bureaucracy, the DEI statements, the endless list that we could all recite, all of this happened on our watch. We saw it happen, but we did nothing. We were too busy. We were too scared to speak up. We on the faculty let Harvard become what it is. The Harvard that we have is the result of our own collective moral failure. The alumni who are furious are not trying to turn Harvard into something we do not want. They are trying to rescue Harvard from what we let it become." And I think if we take that sentiment and we apply it to what's happening across so many aspects of society right now, and we also do a personal inventory of whether we have allowed some of those things to happen with our silence and our hesitancy to speak up, our hesitancy to say what's true, our hesitancy to push back. And we do that personal accounting, and then we decide that we won't let it happen again. That's how we move out of this period that we're in.